Hey guys, Alex and Dad from 7th Hour Films, back again with Doctor Who. Last time around we did The Night of the Doctor. I may or may not have posted that at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know yet. I don't know. If you did watch it at 2 o'clock in the morning, good morning. It is now noon. I hope you got some sleep. If not, of course there could be people, anywhere else on Earth who they just watched it during the day. Honestly, they could have seen The Night of the Doctor during the day, and now they're seeing The Day of the Doctor at night. So, anywho, we could recap anything that we watched. What happened in Night of the Doctor? It was like 3 minutes.
All right, so there's a ship that's crashing. The TARDIS lands on it. The Doctor tries to rescue the pilot of the ship because she had already transported everybody else off. And he gets her through her ship to the TARDIS. When she sees the TARDIS, she goes, "Oh no, you're a Time Lord. I can't do this. You're responsible for this war." Yada yada yada. And the ship crashes. He theoretically dies, but it crashes on the planet of Karn, or the Sisters of Karn, whatever. And they revive him and say, "You have to understand, the universe will end because of this war, and only you can do this." And he says, "I will regenerate." But that great line, physician, heal thyself, and changes into the War Doctor.
Yeah. So that's pretty much where we left off, and now we are on to The Day of the Doctor. This is the third time I'm watching this on camera. I watched it originally, and then the next week after that, I watched it with you, and now 6 years later, we are watching it again, because we came the long way around, so...
Sometimes you have to go a long way around just to come back to where you started.
Yeah. It's like going around the Earth, Eventually, if you walk, well, maybe not just walk, but if you go far enough in the same direction, eventually you should come back around to the place you were. Unless you think it's a flat Earth, but let's not get into that. So,
no. There's a whole episode we did with flat Earthers.
Although I do want to read Discworld now, because that's what a lot of people were saying, is that that's a Terry Pratchett series of novels about a flat Earth, and I thought, well, that sounds hilarious. So I think I've got book 1 on my Kindle, so I'll read that at some point in the future.
Now, there's also had we seen Rose before we watched the 50th? Because I remember thinking that she was the companion of the 9th Doctor and then the 10th Doctor, but I don't know how much we had seen of her, because she appears in this, although she's not really Rose.
You had seen her in Dalek, the Eccleston episode, but otherwise that was it. And I remember that specifically because I was like, "Oh, do you recognize her?" And you were like, "No." I was like, "It's Rose." Yeah. Oh, okay. So now you'll have a bit more.
Yes.
Now that you've seen Rose's full run through, so, and of course there's the funny fact about this episode that originally they didn't even have Matt Smith contracted for this episode because his contract was already up. So originally, the original first draft of this story was Clara just running through the Black Archive of UNIT, just looking at things from the past, and that probably would have been horrible, but luckily they were able to get everyone else signed on, and create an actual episode. So with that, let's just go ahead and jump right into The Day of the Doctor.
The original.
How it always was.
Sic semper erat, sic semper erit.
Totter's Lane.
Waste no more time arguing about
Coal
what
Hill.
the land should be.
Is run by Ian Chesterton.
Marcus Aurelius.
Clara's got a new job. No more of those stupid kids.
Now, see, I don't remember this because we hadn't seen Clara by this time.
Yeah.
And it's too bad they couldn't get Ian and Barbara, even like they did in a clip from one of their earlier shows, but digitized and colorized into this.
Why is he parked so far out of town? Oh, good shot.
Hello, you clever boy.
Draft.
Oh, she can do it too now.
Fancy a week in ancient Mesopotamia, followed by future Mars.
Ah, that sounds great.
Any cocktails?
On the moon.
The moon will do.
Man, I want to go to ancient Mesopotamia.
We're taking off, and the engines aren't going.
Windmill 11 to Greyhound leader. The Blue Eagle is airborne, ready to receive. We're on our way.
Almost a James Bond theme.
Unit?
Hello? Sorry, it's your personal phone, but I recognise the ringtone. It's him, isn't it? Inhaler, Doctor, hello. We're from the TARDIS in a... Doctor, can you hear me?
Oh.
I don't think you can hear me.
Next time, will it kill you to knock?
I'm having you taken directly to the scene.
That must have been fun to film.
Oh, yeah.
Doctor, hello.
Oh, you know, it's nice. I don't have to blur out names this time around.
Sealed orders from Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth I.
The Queen! First. Sorry. Elizabeth I.
Her credentials are inside. No, inside.
Nice scarf.
What's our cover story for this?
Darren Brown.
Again?
Oh, we sent him flowers.
Be nice to know what that was all about.
This painting doesn't belong here, not in this time or place.
Obviously.
It's the fall of Arcadia, Gallifrey's second city.
How is it doing that? How is that possible?
What was the first city?
It's an oil painting.
Uh.
In 3D.
The last day of the Time War. The war to end all wars between my people and the Daleks. And in that battle there was a man with more blood on his hands than any other. A man who would commit a crime that would silence the universe. And that man was me.
There's a part of me that wish I could see this on the big screen, like they did.
Wonder if the capital city of Gallifrey is Gallifrey.
Oh, maybe.
The Doctor is detected. The Doctor is surrounded. Inform High Command. We have the Doctor. Seek, locate.
Get out of there.
The Doctor is detected. Seek, locate, destroy. Seek.
Oh.
A written warning for the Daleks. He's a fool. No, he's a madman. As you can see, sir, all Dalek fleets surrounding the planet now converging on the capital, but the sky trenches are holding.
What is a sky trench?
I bet he felt a bit like Alec Guinness when he did Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Although he had done science fiction before he was, in the first Alien movie.
Well, yeah.
And of course, he was the Elephant Man.
I think he just wasn't prepared for how big Doctor Who was.
How do you work? Why is there never a big red button?
Or instructions.
Somebody there?
It's nothing. It's just all...
Don't sit on that.
Why not?
Because it's not a chair. It's the most dangerous weapon in the universe.
Get out. Dang it.
Why can't it be both?
No more. No more. No more. No more.
Stop it.
No more. No more.
Who are you?
Bad Wolf.
Meh.
It's activating. Get out of here. Ow!
What's wrong?
The interface is hot.
Well, I do my best.
You're the interface.
There you
I
go.
must have told you the moment had a conscience.
I've been fighting this war for a long time. I've lost the right to be the doctor.
And you're the one to save us all.
Yeah.
If I ever develop an ego, you've got the job. And you're going to use me to end it. By killing them all. Daleks and Time Lords alike. I could. But there will be consequences for you.
I have no desire to survive this.
No, buddy, that is the consequence.
And that's your punishment. If you do this, if you kill them all, then that's the consequence. How many children on Gallifrey right now?
Judgment Day.
One day you will kill them. I'm opening windows on your future. A tangle in time through the days to come to the man today will make of you. Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Gonna get weird.
Should any disturbance occur within its walls, it is my wish that you be summoned. Godspeed, gentle husband.
Oh, worked out with that queen better than Queen Victoria.
Easier to show you.
Elizabeth I. You knew her then?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, Doctor, why I'm wasting my time on you. I have wars to plan.
You have a picnic to eat.
You could help me.
This is 8 years before the Spanish
You eat
Armada.
the picnic.
Mm.
And ding.
What's that?
Is a machine that goes ding. Made himself. He's the real Queen of England would just decide to share her throne with any old handsome bloke in a tight suit. Just because he's got amazing hair and a nice horse. It was the horse. I'm going to be king.
Good job.
Oh, very clever. Whatever you've got planned, forget it. I'm the Doctor. I'm 904 years old. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Castorberus. I am the oncoming storm, the bringer of darkness, and you are basically just a rabbit, aren't you? Okay, carry on. Just a general warning.
But then you have the advantage.
Back! Both of you now! That's a time fisher. A tear in the fabric of reality. Anything can happen. For instance, a fez.
And we're back.
On my desk tomorrow morning, ASAP. Pronto. LOL. See? Job. Do I have a desk?
No.
And I want a desk.
Get a team. Analyze the stone dust. Inhaler.
Got it. Thank you. Why would she keep a fez down here, though?
I remember this. Almost remember.
A fez. Oof.
Who is this man?
That's just what I was wondering.
Very skinny. That is proper skinny. I've never seen it from the outside. It's like a special effect. Oi! Ha! Matchstick man.
Yeah.
Compensating?
What?
Regeneration, it's a lottery.
Oh, he's cool. Isn't he cool? I'm the Doctor and I'm all cool. Oops, I'm wearing sand shoes.
What are you doing here? I'm busy.
Oh, busy. I see. Is that what we're calling it, eh? Eh? Hello, ladies.
Don't start.
Listen, what you get up to?
Stay alive, my love. I am not done with you yet.
Thanks. Lovely.
I understand. Live for me, my darling. We shall be together again.
Oh, well, that'd be nice.
One of those was a Zygon.
Yeah.
Big red rubbery thing covered in suckers.
Yeah.
Venom sacs in the tongue.
Yeah, I'm getting the point, thank you.
Doctor, is that you?
Not like you didn't do it too.
Fizz incoming!
Nothing here.
Eh.
So where did it go?
And now we're back here. Technically, we're watching this out of order.
Malcolm, I need you to send me one of my father's incident files. Codenamed Chroma. 70s or 80s, depending on the dating.
Nice.
You've done all this before. What happens next?
I don't remember.
How can you forget this?
Hey, hang on, it's not my fault. You're obviously not paying enough attention. Reverse the polarity.
Good afternoon. I'm looking for the doctor.
Well, you've certainly come to the right place.
Good, right. Well, who are you boys? Oh, of course. Are you his companions?
His companions?
They get younger all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Really?
You're me? Both of you?
Yep.
Even that one?
Yes!
You're my future selves.
Yes!
Am I having a midlife crisis?
I mean, kind of yes.
Why are you pointing your screwdrivers like that? They're scientific instruments, not water pistols. Look like you've seen a ghost.
Well.
Hell, loving the posh, gravelly things, weren't you?
Brave words, Dick Van Dyke.
I think this way of them now.
There's a precedent for that.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
Oh, the pointing again. They're screwdrivers. What are you going to do? Assemble a cabinet at them?
That thing.
Hello? Am I talking to the Wicked Witch of the Well?
He means you.
Why am I the witch?
Alright.
Hello? What he said.
Just a tiny bit more colour.
Right.
With gusto.
Prattling mortals, off you pop, or I'll turn you all into frogs.
Ooh. Frogs. Nice, you heard her.
Doctor, what's going on?
It's, timey-wimey thing.
Timey what? Timey-wimey?
I've no idea where he picks that stuff up.
Take them to the tower.
That is not the Queen of England, that's an alien duplicate.
And you can take it from him because he's really checked.
Oh, shut up.
Venom sacs in the tongue.
Seriously, stop it.
No, hang on, the tower. Did you say the tower? Ah, yes, brilliant. Love the tower. Breakfast at 8, please. Will there be Wi-Fi?
Are you capable of speaking without flapping your hands about?
Yes. No. I demand to be incarcerated in the tower immediately with my co-conspirators, Sandshoes and Grandad.
Grandad?
They're not sandshoes.
Yes, they are.
Silence. The tower is not to be taken lightly.
My office, otherwise known as the Tower of London.
She just has an office there.
I mean, I know we're meant to keep an open mind, but are we supposed to believe in creatures that can hide in oil paintings and have some sort of a grudge against statues? You alright?
You must be new here.
We have to go right now, this minute.
What's wrong?
The things from the paintings. I know why they smashed the statues.
They can become statues.
Because they needed somewhere to hide.
They didn't even turn into statues. They just hid.
So jealous of your pretty sister. I don't blame you. I wish I'd copied her. So do I.
Oh, good job.
Goodness sake.
Your unit, why don't you have a gun?
Time to send it. The entire staff have their memories wiped at the end of every shift. Automated memory filters in the ceiling. Atkins, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. First day here.
Been here 10 years.
Poor guy.
The whole of the tower is TARDIS proofed. You really wouldn't approve of the collection.
But you let me in.
You have a top level security rating from your last visit.
Sorry. What?
Apologies.
Yeah.
The undergallery is secured.
Prepare to dispose of one more human. We have acquired the device.
Oh yeah, that was the code. That's what he etched in there.
Code, right?
Good job.
Did you ever count?
Count what?
How many children there were on Gallifrey that day?
I have absolutely no idea. 2.47 billion.
You did count.
You forgot. 400 years, is that all it takes?
I moved on.
Where? Where can you be now that you can forget something like that?
Spoilers.
No. No. For once, I would like to know where I'm going.
No, you really wouldn't.
The man who regrets. And the man who forgets. The moment is coming.
No.
No.
Just no.
Is something funny? Did I miss a funny thing?
Sorry. It just occurred to me this is what I'm like when I'm alone.
Scanning the door, implanting the calculation as a permanent subroutine in the software architecture. And if you really are me, with your sand shoes and your dicky bow, and that screwdriver is still mine.
Yeah, still going.
Calculation complete.
Same software, different face.
Hey, 400 years in 4 seconds. We may have had our differences, which is frankly odd in the circumstances, but I tell you what, boys, we are incredibly clever. How did you do that?
Wasn't locked.
Right. 400 years. Could you at least disintegrate the door for fun?
Kate! You're not actually dead.
Zygons all pop inside the pictures. Wait a few centuries till the planet's a bit more interesting, and then out they come.
You see, Clara, they're stored in the paintings in the undergallery, like cuppa soups. Except you add time, if you can picture that. Nobody could picture that. Forget I said cuppa soups.
Now the world is...
Because you're such a bad copy. It's not just the smell, or the unconvincing hair, or the atrocious teeth, or the eyes. Just a bit too close together. Or the breath that could stun a horse.
And I am the real Elizabeth.
Okay, so, backtracking a moment just to lend some context to my earlier remarks.
My twin is dead in the forest.
And you actually killed one of them?
I may have the body of a weakened
Ah,
female
yes.
woman, but at the time, so did the Zygon.
But I have the heart
The future of my
of a
kingdom
king.
is imperiled.
And a knife to
Doctor,
stick in
can I
someone's
rely
chest.
on your service?
I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
This is the most tame royal wedding I've ever seen.
Is there a lot of this in the future?
It does start to happen, yeah.
Eh.
Right then, back to the future.
You let this place go a bit.
Ah, it's his grunge phase. He grows out of it.
Thank God.
You listen to them.
Whoop.
Desktop is glitching.
3 of us from different time zones. It's trying to compensate.
Hey, look, the round things. I love the round things. What are the round things? No idea.
Oh dear, the friction quadrifibrillator. Ah, there. Stabilize.
Ah, good.
Oh, you've redecorated. I don't like it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you never do.
Unit HQ, they followed us there in the Black Archive. Okay. So you've heard of that then?
Yeah, he disapproves of
The
it.
equipment here is phenomenal. The humans don't realize what half this stuff does. We could conquer their world in a day.
Ruby slipper.
Tower of London, totally TARDIS proof.
How can they do that?
Alien technology plus human stupidity. Trust me, it's unbeatable.
Yeah.
We don't need to land.
Yeah, we do. Tiny bit. Try and keep up.
No, we don't. We don't. There is another way. Cup of soup. What is cup of soup?
He'll figure it out one day. Oh. This is getting out of hand, and now there are 3 of them. Oh, the screwdriver worked.
For the next few hours, until we decide to let you out, no one in this room will be able to remember if they're human or Zygon.
Whoops! A daisy!
Peace in our time.
Yeah, it worked.
Yes, but peace in our time didn't work out.
Well, it worked this time. It got better.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Clara. We haven't really met yet.
I look forward to it.
Or backwards to it.
How many worlds has his regret saved, do you think? Look over there. Humans and Zygons working together in peace. How did you know?
Your eyes. You're so much younger.
Then, all things considered, it's time I grew up.
Now you wanted a big red button. One big bang.
She's very accommodating.
They are the Doctor.
You're the Doctor too.
Great men are forged in fire. It is the privilege of lesser men to light the flame.
But you're the same man.
Whatever the cost.
Decided to pick up a coat there, did you, David?
It's always on a hanger.
Hasn't done it yet.
Pretending you weren't the Doctor when you were the Doctor more than anybody else. You were the Doctor on the day it wasn't possible to get it right.
Kobayashi Maru.
But this time, you don't have to do it alone.
Look at you. The three of you. The warrior, the hero. And you.
And what am I?
Have you really forgotten?
Yes. Maybe, yes.
Be a doctor.
You're not actually suggesting that we change our own personal history. We change history all the time. I'm suggesting something far worse.
What exactly?
I've changed my mind.
Right, new plan.
Still a billion Daleks up there attacking.
Yeah, there is.
But there's something those billion Daleks don't know.
Because if they did, they'd probably send for reinforcements.
What? What don't they know?
This time there's three of us.
Oh!
That would scare them.
Oh! He didn't just show me any old future. She told me exactly the future I needed to see.
Now you're getting it.
Hey?
Oh,
who did?
Bad wolf girl, I could kiss you.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Sorry, did you just say bad wolf?
So what are we doing? What's the plan?
Don't think about that
The
part.
Dalek fleets are
Frozen in an instant of time. Safe and hidden away.
exactly like a painting.
They're about to make the Daleks look like the greatest idiots in the universe.
Hello. Gallifrey High Command. This is the Doctor speaking.
Hello. Also the Doctor. Can you hear me? Also the Doctor. Standing ready.
Dear God, three of them. All my worst nightmares at once. We'd be lost in another universe. Frozen in a single moment. We'd have nothing.
You would have hope.
You wouldn't be
And
dead.
right now, that is exactly what you don't have.
Calling the War Council of Gallifrey. This is the Doctor.
You might say I've been doing this all my lives.
REDUX.
Have I?
Ready. Commencing calculation. Certainly there. Across the boundaries to divide one universe from another. From the log on his coordinates.
And for the next trick, I didn't know whether I was well off. All 12 of them. No, sir. All 13.
Whoop, even from the future.
Sir, the Daleks know that something is happening. They're increasing their firepower.
The Daleks are panicking. Good job.
But at worst, we failed doing the right thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to succeeding in doing the wrong.
Life and soul, you are.
I won't remember this, will I?
The time streams are out of sync. You can't retain it. No.
So I won't remember that I tried to save Gallifrey rather than burn it. I have to live with that. But for now, for this moment, I am the Doctor again. Thank you.
Oof. Needs a new coat of paint. You need a new coat of paint, too.
Wearing a bit thin. I hope the ears are a bit less conspicuous this time.
Alright, you just see enough to close the loop.
Trenzalore. We need a new destination because I don't want to go.
Nice. And the circles in the background.
The round things.
He always says that.
Right, so, ancient Mesopotamia.
I could retire and be the curator of this place.
You know, I really think you might.
I never forget a face.
I know you don't. And in years to come, you might find yourself revisiting a few, but just the old favorites, eh?
Just a few.
You have a lot to do.
Do I? Is that what I'm supposed to do now? Go looking for Gallifrey?
It's entirely up to you. Your choice, eh? I can only tell you what I would do. If I were you... Oh, if I were you... oh, who knows? Who knows?
Doctor Who knows.
What do you dream about, she'll ask. Same thing everybody dreams about, I tell her. I dream about where I'm going. She always laughs at that.
Is that what we dream about?
You're not going anywhere, you're just wandering about. Home. The long way round.
Alrighty. Okay, that's it.
All right, and I don't know that I said this the first time around that I watched it, but incredibly difficult story, and yet full of humor.
Yeah,
and that's the hallmark of the best of Doctor Who, where you can make light of something that is, literally the end of billions of people and billions of Daleks. So, again, I thought very well written, very well acted.
Well, it's interesting, too, because, this being technically the first appearance of the War Doctor, so you're getting to know him over the episode. It's interesting when you see him ready to push the button and everything, and obviously the moment takes him to his own future. As soon as he lands in England, in the 1500s, he immediately slips into being the Doctor. Yeah. Like all of his worries have sort of washed away once he's out of the Time War. So it's an interesting thing, especially when you don't know this incarnation at this point. Yeah. So yeah, I would be curious. I wonder if I can find any of the War Doctor audio dramas. Maybe I'll listen to some of them. So, because I would be curious how he's characterized in those. So, I know there's also a number of audio dramas of the War Master, as basically taking the Derek Jacobi incarnation and making him the Master of the Time War. So yeah, I'd have to look into those. But
now, this is the other thing, and I can't remember this from the first time we watched it. when the three of them start to do it, and then the others join them. Was that in the original? Because I've seen the fan edit where each of the doctors gets a lot more time and saying,
yeah.
And so, was that actually in it?
Yes.
All 13. And was that the introduction of Peter Capaldi then?
Yes.
Okay.
Technically. Yeah, it was. People have gone in and expanded it, giving all the doctors more lines and everything, and even adding in I'm forgetting her name, Jodie Whittaker. I'm sure there's an edit now that also includes Shudigawa in there. So,
and yet Capaldi's not listed there.
Nope, just a little cameo. They're because they're gonna have to put introducing him as the Doctor at the end of the next episode. So,
and did anybody recognize him? Do you think? Because it was just his eyes.
Maybe they probably would have announced by now that he was taking over. I know that I recently watched a big 2-hour video about the Capaldi era, which I thought was good to kind of get that in my head before we start getting into those episodes. But I think they had a huge reveal, a big a big stage with lights and everything, and they introduced him as the next Doctor. So probably by this point everyone knew about it, and yeah, probably eagle-eyed viewers were able to recognize him just off the eyebrows. Yeah. So yeah, I mean it really is something. I am subject to a lot of Doctor Who discourse online, and I hear a lot of people's opinions about a lot of different things, and occasionally I hear the nothing ever good came from Stephen Moffat line, and I just don't believe that. I think he did this about as well as you could for a 50th anniversary. I know there are some people that wish, at the very least, that there was more involvement of more of the classic Doctors, and I do kind of get that. I just think it would be a little difficult. I mean, managing that many actors, and then you have to give a reason why, most of them look older. You can get away with Tennant. Tennant still looked about the same age as he did, so the only thing off was his hair, so it wasn't as poofy as it normally is. So, but yeah. But still, I think this one works out really well. There is also, I've heard some people talk about, the ending, the fact that the Doctor never destroyed Gallifrey. So what does that do to the 7 seasons of story we've had under the assumption that the Doctor has destroyed Gallifrey? I think they get around it pretty well.
Yeah, because John Hurt and David Tennant basically say, I'm not going to remember that we did this.
Yeah.
So it's only Matt Smith who will now go forward with the idea, all of the 7, 8 seasons, whatever we've seen so far, he says, we have fixed that. I don't need to worry about that anymore.
Yeah. But the trauma and the character development the Doctor went through, we had Eccleston being this sort of PTSD Doctor, immediately, when in the Charles Dickens episode, when he sees the Gelth and, it's like, oh, we were hurt by the Time War. The Doctor immediately is like, we have to do something, even if it means them possessing the dead. And then it turns out a bit more cruel than the Doctor anticipated, but he's always there because he feels that regret. He's not that far off from what he believes is he destroyed Gallifrey. Yeah. What he remembers is he went to that barn with the moment, and then the next thing he remembers is that Gallifrey is gone. Gallifrey, the Daleks, all of them destroyed, and he's the only survivor, so he must have destroyed Gallifrey. So even if he can't quite remember the details of it.
Yeah.
So that trauma is still there with the 9th Doctor. The 10th Doctor starts to heal, but even then he has that. And then you have the 11th Doctor, who basically forgets. He willfully runs away from that trauma until finally at this moment he can let it all go, because now he realizes he was a better man than he thought he was. But I will say, because one thing about that idea too, that is like, well, the Doctor didn't really do it, so it kind of ruins everything. It's like, but the 11th Doctor said, when they saw the painting and he's like, I was there. The War Doctor was there. He said, "There was one man who had more blood on his hands than anyone else, and that was me." So it's not that he undoes everything about the Time War. He just undoes the worst act of it, basically. But there is still a lot of trauma from the Time War, a lot of terrible things that he did that he still lives with.
Well, I mean, again, if you go back to Genesis of the Daleks, theoretically, he thought, and he knew it. I mean, he made the conscious decisions. At this point, to save Gallifrey, the Daleks are going to destroy themselves, which is kind of poetic justice, but he still has to understand billions upon billions of Daleks died when they killed each other, basically.
Yeah. It is also... It's an interesting thing, too, with this episode. I guess, pretty much, the other focus being on the Zygons. And, honestly, it works because I think it's a good small thing, you know? It's a small impact. Their world was destroyed immediately when the Time War erupted. And, you know, seeing... You know, the War Doctor being able to see his future and be like, look at the peace that these two have created, you know? How many worlds have been saved because that man regrets, you know? And it's an interesting thing to not focus on the Daleks, actually. Yeah. Like, they are kind of just a side thing because, you know, that we keep going back to the last day of the Time War. And it kind of makes you stop and think. It's like, you know, if anything, it's such an interesting thing from the humble, you know, small encounter that they had. What it originally was the Doctor, just a Time Lord, just any Time Lord. He just wasn't a part of Time Lord society anymore, and he met the Daleks, who were just these specific creatures on this specific planet in a war with the Thals, and just from that meeting of the first Doctor and the Daleks to have that balloon into something as massive that it would have destroyed the entire universe is an interesting thing, especially since watching the Dalek episode, that original Dalek episode, and thinking back on it, and then seeing every other encounter since leading up to the Time War. So I also like they reference at the beginning here when the general on Gallifrey, he says, you know, forget about the High Council, they have their own plans, because that would be the High Council with Rassilon, and their plan is to send that ringing, the sound of the drums, into the Master, which gets into the end of time. It's interesting to think that takes place on that same moment, really. But yeah, it's an interesting thing, and I think this episode definitely works really well, especially even just, you know, when you talk about it, I was like, well, it doesn't really take into account classic Doctor Who. I think it does, because it really is sort of a character study on the Doctor. Who is the Doctor? What does that mean to be the Doctor? You know? And even the War Doctor, the one who abandoned the name, in the end, is still the Doctor. Yeah. So.
A nice touch there at the end, getting Tom Baker as the curator.
Yeah.
Because he basically says, you know, it's going to be all right, you know. And yes, someday maybe you will retire and become me.
The interesting thing about that is, you know, I guess they technically leave it ambiguous if the curator is actually the Doctor, but obviously he is. He is a distant future of the Doctor. Technically, that means, though, that the 11th Doctor would then not remember that conversation. So even if he has that destination, you know, one day I will find Gallifrey, he still doesn't fully, you know, remember that conversation with the curator. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely I think a very good episode for the 50th anniversary.
And remind me, if you remember, when were the Zygons first introduced?
The Zygons were in Terror of the Zygons with Tom Baker, and they were like copying Unit and everything, and Harry, and it was an episode where I think the Doctor and Sarah Jane came back and met up with Unit again. And yeah, the funny thing was, I think David Tennant always wanted to do an episode with the Zygons, but that just never happened. So when this came around, it's like, well, we're getting Tennant back, and so Stephen Moffat was like, let's do the Zygons.
Well, of course, yeah, they needed somebody to do. But other than that initial episode, did You say it was Tom Baker?
Yeah.
Did they ever come back? Because again, when they started talking about them, I recognized the name, but I don't remember that they saw. I mean, they're obviously not like the Daleks and the Cybermen or anything.
Yeah. They may have come back in like one episode. I want to say they might have been in a McCoy episode, but I don't fully remember. But they were definitely in just a Tom Baker episode. And I mean, that's the thing, is like it's kind of difficult because on the one hand they have a very memorable design with, you know, the red and the suction cups and everything, but then they turn into regular people because they're shapeshifters. So it is a thing of like, yeah, you might remember that episode with Unit and Harry, but there were a lot of episodes with Unit and Harry. Yeah. So it's a little difficult, but
and I noticed Clara's listed just as Jenna Coleman, not Jenna Louise.
That's true. So that is that really was just for season 7 that they did that. But yeah, it was good. And I suppose the other thing is the 10th Doctor at this point. This is after he lost Donna. This would be after the Waters of Mars, because he gets the call from the Ood about everything that's happening, and then he ran away for I think what he said was 100 years. He just didn't go to the Ood because he's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to. And when he finally did meet up with the Ood, he mentioned getting married to Queen Elizabeth I, and was like, the Virgin Queen not really applicable anymore. So yeah.
Well, I mean, historically speaking, and hope I'm not offending anybody by this, she was very much in love with Dudley. Couldn't marry him, of course, because his wife had died under suspicious circumstances. There's a great line in Vivat Regina where she asked William Cecil, who is her most trusted confidant, you know, can I marry him? And he says, no, ma'am, because if you do, you will lie down Elizabeth I and rise up as the second Mrs. Dudley.
You know,
just because they weren't married doesn't mean there wasn't, you know, hanky-panky.
Yeah. It's actually, it's just, I mean, this is what we always do, is we talk about something else at a point. Just one thing I want to mention, because of how much I'm watching The Crown, they make a big point about Princess Margaret, the man she originally wants to marry. She can't marry because he's divorced, but his ex-wife is still alive. And they make this whole thing about divorce and everything, and it's like, well, the Church would not, the Church of England would not approve of divorce and everything. There's a part of me that's like, wait a minute, I thought that was the point. I thought that was the whole point as to why you have a Church of England. So as I did minimal research, I did find that with was it Henry VIII, that he annulled his marriage now once he became the head of the Church of England. I mean, I guess I know the difference between a divorce and an annulment, but again, is that not the whole point of the sovereign being the head of the Church of England? Why can't they just do that?
Yes. And I mean, theoretically, if you are married to a woman for a great length of time and have children by her, although Elizabeth is the only one, or Mary is the only one who survived, you can't theoretically have an annulment. You know, so yes, he actually did have to divorce Catherine of Aragon. The only one he annulled was Anne of Cleves, because, again, from what I've heard, he found her to be a very intelligent woman, enjoyed her company, but just was not attracted to her, and they never actually, shall we say, consummated the marriage, and therefore, when it was decided that he needed to have basically a younger wife that he was attracted to so he could have more children, he annulled the marriage to Anne of Cleves, set her up with a dowry, not a dowry, but, you know, compensation for it, and then went on and married, what was her name? It wasn't Catherine, that was the first one and the sixth one. I can't remember, maybe it wasn't, but anyway, so yeah.
I don't know. It's just like one thing that like bugged me for 3 seasons about The Crown. It's just like, wait a minute, you're the head of the Church of England. The whole point in making the Church of England was for this. Why can't you just do that? So anyway, they want to make a they're thinking about making a prequel to The Crown that goes from like Queen Victoria's death to Elizabeth's marriage to Philip. And I think, well, that's not it. Well, I mean, it is interesting, but at the same time, you know, you go through multiple kings and the abdication and everything. That could be interesting, but at the same time, I'm like, can't you make a show about Queen Victoria? That sounds more interesting. And now I'm thinking, let's just keep going further back with The Crown. Just keep making shows. Make a show about Henry VIII. That sounds hilarious.
Now, there is one. It's a miniseries, a 6-part miniseries. And there's also a 6-part miniseries on Queen Elizabeth that made these both in the mid-70s. They were aired on PBS, but I'm pretty sure the BBC made them, so you might need to look up 6 Wives of Henry VIII and Elizabeth I and see if we can watch those miniseries if you'd like.
Yeah, maybe. Because I just think it's like... Well, and it's also... I know in America, they want to make their own equivalent of The Crown about the Kennedys. And like starting back in like the early 1900s with like JFK's grandparents, I suppose. Yeah. I'm gonna put it out there that no one cares enough about that. If the show was about JFK, sure, but like I'm just going to assume not many people really care.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I think there's really only one, maybe 2 Kennedys that people have ever actually cared about. So. They keep trying every so often. They bring back another Kennedy. It's like, nope, we don't want this one.
There is a pre-presidency movie about John F. Kennedy and his service in World War II called PT 109. And of course, there are all sorts of movies leading up to his assassination. JFK, which is a really weird film. And then... You know, Teddy Kennedy. Bobby Kennedy, again, ran for president, also got assassinated. And then Teddy Kennedy had the old incident with Chappaquiddick. It won't go into it here. You guys probably all know that story. But anyway, so yeah, it's basically the tragedy of an American family who, if they had been able to serve the country the way they had wanted to, you know, and not had all these other things going on, horrible things going on, not only that happened to them, but they caused to happen. Then, yeah, but yeah, there's a play called The Madness of King George III, which I think they also made into a movie about how essentially George III was not competent to be king during the American Revolutionary War, but then came out of whatever the illness was, and lived several more years. And then George IV, and then you get into Victoria and Albert. Again, great love story, and then he dies early, and she has Edward? I can't remember. I think it's Edward that follows her, because the Victorian era is followed by the Edwardian era, and then you have a couple of Georges, and then you get to Elizabeth. So yes, if someone would make, literally going all the way back to, what's his name? Alfred the Great, and there's a movie of that. Just go from there, because I think British history literally is the history of North America. You know, you'd have to go into the Spanish kings and queens, starting with Ferdinand and Isabella, to literally get the history of anything from Mexico southward to Chile and Argentina. But again, there's also fascinating stories there. So,
and if you want to go really far back, you can go all the way back to Vinland Saga, which will tell you about King Canute, the King of England. So
yes, and of course, you know, you were talking about Mesopotamia. Let's have a movie about Hammurabi.
Yeah, that is honestly the thing. It's like once we got to the end, it's like, so are you taking Clara to Mesopotamia, like you said? So
there was supposed to be a movie a couple of years back with Vin Diesel, of all people, but it was going to be him playing Hannibal, the guy who almost ended up conquering Rome during the Punic Wars. So, yeah, I mean, all of that stuff. I don't understand why we don't see more historical movies, other than the same thing we hear at Doctor Who. Yeah, most people don't like the historicals.
Yeah.
And that's why we're in the mess we're in today.
Yeah. They need to... someday they're going to follow up on an ancient Mesopotamian episode of Doctor Who. You know what else is nice? That I know that really they put Clara in Coal Hill as a teacher. It's a nice callback to Ian and Barbara and that first episode and stuff. I'm just glad that it means we're never seeing those kids again. She is no longer a nanny, so we're just never going back to that. We never talk about them ever again. So Clara's just a teacher now. So
now Are we going to rewatch Adventure in Time and Space, or is that already passed here?
I mean, we could, but we could. I mean, it would be around this time. They probably aired it before the 50th, but I'm sure if you want to,
maybe.
I mean, it probably would be nice considering we've watched all of the Hartnell era. So, sure, I'll pencil in some time somewhere. At a point, I guess we'll do Good Omens season 3. Yeah. So yeah. Other than that,
I got nothing.
All right, that was a long, like, hour and 45-minute recording just of this, on top of the half-hour recording we did of Night of the Doctor. Happy Day of the Doctor. Does this count as a holiday? We'll count it as a holiday now. So, with all of that being said, we're Alex and Dad from 7th Hour Films, and we will see you guys on another holiday, Christmas. I mean, we're not going to put it out at Christmas, but the next episode, the final Christmas special for Matt Smith, at least. So, we'll see you guys there. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of our modern Doctor Who reactions, as well as another playlist with every Doctor Who video that's on the channel. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.